I've been getting spoiled lately by the universe, bruh, and I'm gonna pay it back by spoiling y'all with more shifting and manifestation content. We're gonna start off with talking about the remote viewing experiences. The first one was when I was laying down, just letting my mind wander, and then I finally got into the state of being nothing and everything at the same time. In other words, void state. How I got there was because I drank coffee at 6:30 at night, and I couldn't sleep once it was 10:30. So falling asleep prematurely before the attempt to shift is over was not a problem for me because usually when people like attempt to shift, they worry about falling asleep and all that. If that's a problem for you, take caffeine in advance. If you want to increase your chances of getting in the void state, which of course you can use for shifting or even manifesting. After 30 minutes, I felt my awareness transitioning to another 3D realm, but in animated form. I ended up landing in a daycare center. And if you ever seen Toy Story 3, it was fucking Sunnyside Daycare. I was in Sunnyside Daycare. In terms of why the hell I was there, my guess is just as good as yours. I don't fucking know. I told myself, it's whatever if I go here. Because if I go here, it's still considered a success, right? My eyes were swirling, and I felt the atmosphere very vividly in front of me. It almost felt real, as here, when it came to my surroundings, and I did manage to open my eyes halfway, and I was there. I saw the whole room, along with the kids' toys and everything. I didn't have a body though, and I was basically spectating everything as a ghost. Shit, you can even make the argument I shifted again, and in that reality, I was a fucking ghost. The next one wasn't as profound as this one, but still very respectable. I spectated a random city where I saw a Hispanic version of myself that looks like Sholo Meduaduena. Yeah, not gonna even try to pronounce his name. He is the actor that played Miguel from Cobra Kai and Jamie in Blue Beetle. For some reason, all I saw in that city was him wearing Cuban gang clothing, locked in a mental hospital. I know it's not as cool, but that's what I was given by the system. But we'll just go mid on this one. But it still matters just as much as the first one. Very good milestones. But obviously, I like the one where I accidentally shifted to Sunnyside Daycare better. Because that one was more vivid. But speaking of milestones, I successfully had a manifestation that came to fruition. For the past year, I've been dealing with a shitty boss at work, treating me like dirt at Target. We'll just say I work there for safety reasons, and also to protect my professional life. I was undervalued despite being a veteran employee, having my efforts dismissed, and had the littlest of things hung over my head. It was tolerable though because I only go to work to make money, not friends. But recently it got really bad. She made me not want to go to work. But of course, I'm a damn god, and I didn't let it stop me. Very recently, I think last week was when I started affirming. We'll just say my former boss's name is Katie. I kept affirming, Katie is gone, Katie is gone, Katie is gone, Katie is gone. And I was very confident that it would work. I just went with my raw emotions and genuine feelings of my discontent with her. So I didn't even need to force it, nor worry about my left brain making me second guess anything. It also helped that I said affirmations, whether it's one or multiple, that I actually did believe. Because of that, my vibrational signature, frequency, and reality, probability, had to move me to a different timeline. We'll talk about that right now. After constantly affirming that she is gone, a few days later, I hear news that she is leaving Target. First, I found out from my friend, Fatty, but to solidify it all was when I heard it from another boss there. After hearing that, I felt like I was on cloud nine while I was working like a goddamn slave doing labor, but my excitement was able to overshadow my bored of work attitude that I usually have every day. I was dancing in the aisle, not caring who would see me. No one did. Well, except my friend Fatty. He busted me dancing and talked to me about it. He couldn't tell if it was from the music or the news, but I told him it was the news. I got the moves. I got the moves of Mick Jagger. Then for the rest of the day, all the way up to now, I was saying, wow, I did it again. I shifted and manifested simultaneously. Manifesting because I said something that I did not feel but knew was true in present tense, and shifted because it's highly possible where Katie never did leave Target in the old reality, but my consciousness was able to shift to another one where she did because this timeline is the best energetic match for me. The universe and spirit guides listen and purge the thing that was compromising my frequency. Now I'm back in a clean slate. This is just as good as beating cancer because that's what it felt like I did. So, another milestone in my spiritual resume. My story proves that it is doable to use manifestation to achieve shifting, and vice versa, shifting to achieve manifesting. It is also evidence that you can take people out of your 3D who are causing you harm as well. Just as long as everything is affirmed correctly and you're not putting yourself in a state of trying, but instead doing and knowing, then you're going to be fine. And what the universe is going to do is they're going to work through people to get these messages sent through you. So, whoever it is, whether that's, I don't know, a friend, a peer, a coworker, whoever, you name it, they're going to be the ones to break the news to you, to basically let you know that you're on the right path. Then, once things go in your favor, just go back to focusing on your desired reality only after you have fixed the issue. I was also going to cover how we all group shifted to a reality where one of the big shifting content creators, aka a friend of mine, Kira Ann, is not the age we thought she was. Turns out she is a year younger here than the other timeline, where she's older. However, that is going to be its own video, as I don't want to make this too long or overwhelm y'all. But stick around if you want to hear more about that. I'll see y'all next time.